Alright. Let me know when I'm back on, guys. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't think it's an internet issue because I could still see the chat going well. And my thing is still working. So I don't know what the deal is. But I'm just cutting out the envelope templates right now, so it's not too bad. And I'm going to keep going even if it freezes because I don't want to lose time doing this. So I'm still cutting out 2 envelopes per page. I've got one last page to work off of. I think I'm back on. It looks like it. Everything looks like it's working on my end. So what I'm doing is I'm stopping the broadcast when you guys say it freezes because it looks like it's still working to me, and then I just start it back over. So there's probably going to be a few parts to this recording. Sorry. So it looks like if I freeze, you guys, all you have to do is refresh. I think that's what Carrie's telling everyone. Because I don't know why it's freezing, to be honest. Because as far as I know, as far as I could see, it just continues to go. And the chat is still going, so I don't think it's my internet. I hope it's not. So it's supposed to be high speed. So I'm just cutting out my last little envelope here. Or actually I have to do one more off this page. And then we'll be set. Alright, so that makes 5, and I'm going to cut one more out of the top here. And don't worry about thinking that you're going to have more than one envelope that's the same pattern, because these are double-sided papers, so you'll just fold the opposite side onto the inside so you have a different outside pattern on your envelopes. And the rest of this book goes really, really fast, so it's not a difficult project at all, I don't think. Alright, looks like I'm back on for sure now. Alright, sweet. So I've got all my little envelopes cut out now. Now save these scraps because you can cut out little rectangles and make these inserts for the inside of your envelopes. So save those because you'll want to use them, I'm sure. You don't want to waste any of that paper. Uh-oh. So the Facebook fan page for the download, ladies. And make sure to ask your retailers to get that product line so you can get a matching paper set with it. So now we're just going to fold in all of our flaps. And that's pretty easy. You don't really need a bone fold to do this. They'll only fold one way, so you just fold them all in. And you're also going to glue them down as well. And I did that one a little bit crooked. And oh, sorry, actually you're not going to glue these down just yet. So that bottom folds up just like that. And then the top will fold down like this. And you're going to do this with all your papers. So see, I've already got this pattern on one, so now I'm going to fold these in so that I have a different pattern for this one. Oh, here's one that I forgot to do. I was like, what's going on here? It's not really possible to be missing one. Ah! cannot be happening? Okay, my back. Carrie's like frozen again, frozen again, back again. Alright. So this is my last little envelope I'm folding here. By the end of the night, I'm going to have like 50 text messages from Carrie. I'm so glad you have an iPhone and that these text messages are free. So now you need some string, and you're going to cut these. You're going to need 6 pieces cut into at least 18 inches, but I'm just going to guesstimate and say that I need a piece about that long. And that's about 18 inches or so. So I'm going to cut 6 pieces of string here. Just like that. There's 3. Kind of frustrated with this Ustream tonight. Either that or my internet, I don't know. It happened once on Tuesday when I was doing my show. But it didn't happen this many times, that's for sure. Alright, here's my 6th string. No pun intended. And what you're going to do is you're going to take each envelope, you're going to open it up, and you just decide which side of the envelope you want to be on the front, the facing side of your book when you open it. So I'm going to do mine every which way. And you're just going to stick a string inside one side of the fold, just like this. And make sure you pull that string so they're even. So can you see how I've got my strings hanging out there? And then you're just going to glue your flaps down. You're not gluing the strings. You're just going to leave them inside. And you're going to put a nice line of glue down to glue your envelopes together. And the larger flap on the top is not going to be glued down because that's the opening to your envelope. Alright, so can you see I've got these two strings hanging out there? That's what you want, and you're going to do that with all of your envelopes. So open them all up and stick a string in there. And glue all your flaps down, and that's going to hold the string in there too. So you want that string sticking out. Alright, and just keep going. Oh! I forgot to put a string in there. That's right, my glue is still wet, so I'm good. Alright, then I just pull the ends, make sure they're nice and even. Just like that. Alright, 2 more. And then the rest of this book goes by really fast. This is a really easy book to do. Alright, last one. Got my string in there. Close it up. Alright, so now all my envelopes have strings hanging off. So they should look something like this. Oops, I just pulled one a little too far there. So see, I've got all these strings in my envelope. You're going to set those aside and grab your paper trimmer and your cover page, which looks like this. And you're going to make your first cut. You're going to top load your paper in like this, because we're making our cover here. And you're going to cut it at 5 inches. Okay, so you should have a 5 by 12 piece now. And then you're going to cut another piece at 5 inches. And this is going to be your liner. You can save this and use it somewhere else in the book. And then now you're going to stick both pieces in. You're going to side load it into your trimmer, and you're going to cut it at 9.5 inches. Okay, so now you should have 2 pieces that are 5 by 9.5 inches. Set one of those pieces aside. And you're going to need your bone fold now. Let me scoot my trimmer up here. See if it's in a good view. Alright. And, let's see where I'm at. You're going to make, we want to load it in this way. So this is the outside pattern. You want your inside pattern to be facing up right now. And you're going to make your first score at 1.5 inches. Or hang on a second. I think I had it right the first time here. Alright, here we go. Nope, sorry guys, you want your pattern side out. That's going to be on the outside of your book. So 1.5 inches. You're going to make a score. And then you're going to scoot it down to 2.5 inches. Just like that. And then you're going to scoot it down to 5.5 inches. And then into 6.5 inches. And these measurements are in the instructions. So I've made all my score marks. Now I'm going to start folding in. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to reinforce all those score marks. You should have 1/2 inch binding there, or 1/2 inch spines. And then my last one. So you should have something that looks like this. Kind of looks like a cigar box or a cigarette box. That's what it should look like. Sorry, I'm off camera there. So you should have something that looks just like that, and you'll see that your envelopes should fit inside there perfectly. So now you want to take that other piece that we cut to 5 by 9.5, and that's going to be your liner. Do not score that piece, because since we already did a score, it's those folds that we're folding on are going to be weak, so we want to use this as a liner. So you can use this side, and you're going to glue it down to this piece. So get some glue all over this piece. And make sure I always put a glue line up to my edges, and then I kind of squiggle all the way on the inside. And then another extra thing I do is I always put a line of glue right over my scores. And this just makes it so that your book doesn't slide around too much while it's drying. So you're going to glue this down just like this. And we're just going to let it dry before we start folding it. So you want that to dry or tack a little bit longer than normal, because we're going to fold this and we don't want that liner to slide around. So really massage that glue and work it around your paper. So I'm just smashing it down, and now I think it's pretty safe. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to find those original score marks, and then I'm going to reinforce the folds again. And this will just make it so that those folds don't tear. So that's why I don't want you to score that inside liner. So just go right back to those old folds, because scoring sometimes just tears the fiber of the paper and causes all kinds of problems. So now you're going to take your crocodile and you're going to make a hole at the center top about 1/4 of an inch from the edge. I'm using the small hole here. And then you're going to do the same thing on the bottom here. Okay, so that is that 1-inch spine that's on the left of your cover. So this side here, if you can see. Alright, so now you'll want to use some eyelets. This is optional, but I would highly recommend using eyelets. And if I had all of my scrapbooking stuff, I would put eyelets in there, but I don't. Oh, actually, hang on. Oh, nope, I don't. Sorry. So, we just moved in, so I don't have any of my scrapbooking stuff. Well, not a lot, at least. So, normally I would tell you, put some eyelets in that spine. It looks nice, and it's going to keep your threads from tearing. So now, you're going to gather up all of your little envelopes. I'm just going to close my little top flaps here. Like this. And you're going to take one bunch of string. I'm using the top piece here, but I've got one short end, so I'm just going to pull these, make sure they're all the same length. Don't pull too tight. So I'm going to take these strings, I'm going to cut them all to the same length, just like this. And I'm going to thread them through my top hole here. So thread them through the top and pull them tight, and then you're going to do the same thing with the bottom. I grab all of them at once and I just trim off a little bit to make them all the same length. Just makes it easier to thread. So I'm going to thread them through this bottom hole here. If I could just get it in there, for goodness sake. Alright, so now it's in there. And we're going to pull them tight. So pull both ends nice and tight. Make sure none of your strings aren't overlapping on the envelopes there. And then you're going to tie them together on the outside of the book up at the top here. Just like this. It's killing me that I don't have eyelets on there right now. So I do a little double knot. Just like that. I did mine a little bit loose because I lost my grip there a little bit. So double knot right up there. And I like to leave the stringy things hanging down, so I'm just going to cut them all the same length. And I'm going to leave a nice little horsetail on my spine there. Can you kind of see? Sorry. A little horsetail on the spine there. And then there is the basic assembly of your book. This is what it looks like. You may want to ink all of your edges before you put this together. You could certainly do it afterwards. It's not going to be that big a deal. But that's what the book ends up looking like. And now we just got to decorate it. So we've got the resin pieces here. We've got some bling. We've got some vines and a butterfly and some more vine. These really pretty flowers, and of course more of Ingvild's windows. So you can have a lot of fun with this. I'm going to do the cover real quick, and then you guys can play with it inside. And you can do whatever you want for the cover. I did the big flower down here. So I'm going to grab that big pink one. And that's going to go down here in this corner. And retailers, if you're carrying this kit, please post your links so we know where to get them. So I'm going to glue that down to the bottom corner there. And I always like to put some kind of viney stuff in there, but I'm going to use this small one here, and I'm going to cut it in half by separating the flowers like this. I'm just going to cut right here. And Prima's vines usually cut pretty easy with just scissors. So I'm going to stick this one right there. Get some glue on the back. I'm using Fabri-Tac. So I'm tucking that down right there. And then I'm going to put this little flower right here down at the bottom, but I'm actually going to rip it apart because I don't need those leaves. I just need a little flower right there. So use those leaves somewhere else in your book. So that's going to be glued down right there. And this butterfly, actually I'm going to glue it down a little bit closer because I need my flap to be able to close a little bit over that. So this butterfly is what I used as my closure on the book. So you'll notice the book does stay closed. And I'm going to stick it right up here, but I'm only going to glue this side down because I just want to use it as a closure. So I'm going to glue it right up there, and then this is going to tuck underneath the butterfly like that. So I got to glue down those two wings, just the edge for the most part, about a ½ inch in, right there. I'm going to tuck it behind my flower a little bit, and then the cover is just going to slide behind the butterfly, and it's going to stay closed just like this. And I really love the Ingvild's little windows, so I'm just going to stick one right there. And it's going to be this one here, but you can use this one. That one would look really cute too. Alright, so there's the little window. And some of them already have adhesive on the back, so it should stick. But I always like to add a little bit of glue anyway on there. So I'm going to put that one right up at the top here, just for fun. And then it's going to stick right underneath my butterfly like this. Now, of course, you want the glue on your butterfly to dry before you expect it to hold your book in place. But that's what it'll look like when you're done. And then I think that, did this one come with, I thought that this one came with some little charms, but I'm not sure. Irene or Chris, maybe it didn't. So that's what the cover looks like. And then when you open it up, you've got all your little envelopes. And these are perfect for this book. I picked vines instead of a bunch of great big flowers because it's a small book, so you want small flowers. So if you cut these in little pieces, you'll actually get 5 flowers with leaves to use on the inside. And I wish I had my sample still to show you, but I don't. So, and what you do is you take all these little pieces and you cut them out, and that's what you're going to use to embellish your book too. So these little rulers and things I like to use like as if they're washi tape or something fun like that. So that's what it is. Pretty easy assembly. I hope you guys liked it. And if you want to see some more pictures for some ideas on how I decorated the envelopes on the inside, like I said, I'll have it posted to my Artsy Addicts blog tomorrow. It's weareartsyaddicts.blogspot.com. And I'm going to post these instructions on there in case you don't get them in your kit. And I'm going to post, if I could find the pictures that I have of the inside, I'll post those along with the blog post. So fun little book for you guys. I hope you liked it. Thank you so much for coming on for the sneak peek. I'll show you guys my sneak peek, the book that I'm working on one more time real quick. So I just added a bunch of fun charms on there. These keys are from Prima as well, from their new release. And there's the book again. So I did a lot of fun stuff. Here's one with a journaling card. And I used some of the Prima stamps. Here's the download again. This is what it looks like assembled. And these are the 2 free downloads. So these are meant to work with this line. And these patterns are patterns that I created to go along with this collection, but they didn't make it into the page print. So this is the only place that you're going to be able to get these. So make sure you download these. They're free on the Facebook fan page of Prima tomorrow. And when the line releases, if you go to your retail store, your local scrapbook store, you can get the paper line to go with it. And then you can make an awesome little book. So that's it, ladies and gents. Thank you so much for coming on. I hope you like the project. And stay tuned all week long, all this month and all next month, because there's going to be tons of sneak peeks on the Prima blog and the Prima Educator blog. Don't forget to check that out. We definitely need some loving for all the girls on the Educator blog because it is new and we haven't gotten a whole lot of feedback on there. So come and visit us there. And that's about it. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you at my next class, which is going to be July 12th of July. I already said that. And that one's going to be so fun because we're going to make a project with my brand new line. And I'm not sure what I'm going to make yet. Probably a mini book, since that's what I love making. So I hope to see you guys there. July 12th is my next Live with Prima show, and there's always at least one Live with Prima show a week. So make sure you go to livewithprima.com and check out all the other shows as well. And thanks again. Bye. What a messy table.